What's up, everybody? I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Amazon exclusive Emperor Palpatine with the Throne. This is the Masters of Evil re-release.
Ooh. Big controversy
Yeah.
that I just learned about.
This went from probably one of the most hype releases in recent memory to one of the biggest downgrades that I've seen in quite some time in the Black Series.
Right. For context, the original version of this is one of our favorite items in the entire Black Series. I'm pretty sure it's like in the top 3 of our top 10 of all time.
Yes.
Black Series. So just hear us out.
Yeah.
Hear us out.
Yeah. We're going to discuss that more as we get into the video, but of course it is very exciting. Mm-hmm. This was one of the most expensive Black Series items, period. So getting it back out there was great for new collectors and just anyone who had missed it.
Yeah, it does come with a slip. Really nice slip. There's some dull parts, then there's some more like embossed, little reflective stuff on there. Very cool. This is technically a Masters of Evil release because I can tell by the first line of the bio. Emperor Palpatine and Throne. Master of Evil.
Ooh.
Emperor Palpatine manipulated the Galactic Republic's political system until he was named Supreme Chancellor and eventually Emperor, ruling the galaxy through fear and tyranny. Political system? They need to leave that out of Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars was never political.
I do like this packaging. It's kind of a throwback to Red and Black Box, but just like a cleaner design of it. Mm-hmm. So I actually kind of dig it. But we get the nice window here, shows the alt heads, the cane, the Force lightning, of course the throne and the figure in there. Let's crack it open, Nate.
Let's do it. Oh, fucking hell.
What the heck? No way. Bro, Hasbro, no. Oh, Hasbro, no.
That's so bad.
What have they done?
Just like the original throne room set, we do get quite a few accessories, which is wonderful to see. We have his Force lightning hands.
Love it.
Yep, those are really nice. We have his cane as well, which is, the same. No change there.
You kind of have to,
it's a little too short.
Bend him over to actually utilize the cane, but I'll take it as well.
Yeah.
I'll take the cane.
We do get the same heads. However, the deco has been updated on them, and I do think they look a little bit better when you compare them to the older faces. They have more of a flesh tone, less of like a white bluish look to them.
Yeah, they added this gray paint to the original one, which I didn't really like. It's not that noticeable until you look up front closely, but I do like the new heads.
Yeah, I think the new heads, just like with that Phantom Menace 3-pack, the skin tones.
Yeah.
I just think that obviously Emperor is pale and crusty to a certain degree, but I don't think he's blue.
Right.
Whereas the previous figures, he's got like a gray-blue kind of wash to him.
Yeah.
So the updated heads, the deco on the heads looks a lot better. The throne, I would say we'll count that as an accessory as well.
Of course. Yeah.
And again, they basically look identical. However, the buttons are a little bit more vibrant on the new release.
Right. They're a little more saturated, perhaps a bit more clean.
Yeah.
Just those subtle little control panel button doohickey things. So, great value for the set. 3 heads, alt hands, cane, throne.
Yep. All that for $45.
Right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. And I'm happy I finally have a non-QC issue throne, because when I got my original one, the top gray piece was just gone. It was just missing out of the set, and I was never able to replace it. So I was thankful that I was like, you know what? I'll buy this one because it's got the updated deco on the heads, and I'll most likely not have a QC issue for my throne anymore. So thankfully that worked out. in our favor.
Right. So getting into the figure, goated set.
Yeah.
Like one of the best of all time. It's a great value. Love all the accessories. The world building. It's an iconic moment with the Emperor and Luke and Vader in the throne room of the Death Star 2. Before we get into the figure, goated release. But now let's jump into the figure, Nate. What? Like, you just broke this news to me, and I was like, what are you talking about? Because you were talking about making this a blunder. I was like, this is one of the best sets of all time, and you're talking about blunder?
You were thinking old Natey old boy was going crazy
I did.
Here, but initial reports started coming out with this Masters of Evil Emperor that something had gone horribly wrong with the new robe, and they removed the stitching from the robe. You'll see it on the original Blue Line release, the Throne Room release, and the Archive release have all had this really nice stitching.
And the 40th.
Yep, and the 40th. True, I forgot about that one. They've all had this nice stitching. It's what makes the Emperor's hood sit pretty well.
Yeah.
It's what kind of gives the robe a little bit of weight, and it makes it just look a little bit more premium and like the costume how we see it in the movie.
It really does make a difference. You can move it around easier with the hood and, the rest of the robe.
This time around, they totally cheaped out. And with the removal of the stitching, the Emperor just looks so comical. His hood no longer functions.
Right. I almost couldn't believe my eyes when you first took that figure out. I'm like, what is that? Because not only does it... the hood is just... look at the dark void his head is in right now.
Bro's looking like Calabar from Halloween Town right now, flying in the air.
Right. So it completely messes up the hood. It completely messes up, like, the lower body, like the torso and the lower body.
Yeah.
But I would like to point out the sleeves, because they do this nice little thing on the sleeve of the other one where it looks real good with the stitching, and it looks like an actual sleeve, and then... It just looks so baggy on that one.
They totally cheaped out so bad on this robe. And I think what makes it even worse is, once again, the promo images did not show this cheap robe.
That is right, because you were trying to explain this to me over text earlier. I was at work, and I was like, what is he talking about? And I was looking up images, and I was like...
Yeah.
What is he saying about, like, the stitching and what? Because all the promo shots have the stitching and, like, the expert, quality robe and everything. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, so Hasbro 100% pulled a fast one with this Emperor. They intentionally did not show what this was going to look like, and they used the old figure with the old robe on it and sold that to everyone, and then gave us this cheap ass, sorry ass excuse of a robe for the Emperor.
This surprise factor for me right now, this is like actually unbelievable.
That's what I was trying to say to you, brother. I was like trying to say, like, this is, to me, this is technically a blunder figure, because they took an amazing figure, what should have been just a slam dunk reissue, and they've made it into this embarrassing abomination. And they also lied, because they showed the promo pictures with the stitching.
They lied. Guys, why did they keep doing this with their promotional material, whether it be photoshopping the pins out or, in this case, showing a better version of the figure? I do not like this, not one bit.
No.
I'm sure you're going to take some photos of this that, like, really does it justice for how bad this is. And I think we're going to, like, blow some people's minds with this. Because imagine all the people like me who didn't pick up this set because we have the original and there was just no need. This is a massive downgrade. Just look at how much space there is between the hood. Like, this is how a hood is supposed to function, ladies and gentlemen. But Bro's hood is, like, all the way out here.
It's crazy how much they...
Oh my gosh.
fumbled
Yeah.
This should have just been a slam dunk. This should have just been an easy reissue.
Yep.
But yeah, honestly, I'm happy I have the original. You know what is really tragic is I bet there's a lot of people out there that let their original set go to, I'm going to buy this to upgrade.
Sebastian. This is Corellian Collectibles.
This is going to be an upgraded version because it's going to have the better paint deco.
Oh no. Corellian, no.
And then we've all been trapped and conned into this.
You're absolutely right. I feel so bad now.
I'm so glad I held on to mine.
I guess you could just buy in a cheap-ass Ollie's archive.
I was going to say, thankfully, you can get the archive version for super cheap.
Right.
I would absolutely recommend you go to Amazon, you go out, if you got an Ollie's, go get an Archive Emperor because you're going to want to just take these better deco heads and hands, put it on that archive body, and just... You'll thank me later.
Yeah, Corellian, if you don't have an Ollie's near you, I'm literally going to buy you one of our 5,000 Archive Emperors, and I will send this one to you. Because I know for a fact that's what he did, because that's what he normally does. And I'm like, wait, oh no.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate because while the heads and the hands are nice upgrades, you know, they have a much better skin tone, this robe is just terrible. Now... I will say, if we do, you know, bend him up, put him in the throne, you know, at least his head touches.
Look at the hood, though.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit better, but it's still
like the legs and arms are better, but the hood is still just. Oh no, this is huge, you guys. Why have I not? Heard... Well, I guess because people are just now getting them, right?
Yeah, this is...
Oh, man. So, we've uncovered, a dark secret.
Yeah.
This is like 60 seconds with Out of the Basement, uncovering some dark truths about the new Emperor. I suspect as people will be getting these in, more frequently, in a higher volume, we're going to be hearing about this, because I do think it is that noticeable, and it really is... that bad.
Yeah.
Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow.
This is without a doubt one of the biggest downgrades in Black Series history. It's a real head scratcher to me. I don't understand why they would forego the stitching.
It's probably budgetary with the new improvements they did with the heads.
Of course, but it's so
they're like, yeah, we can't do the stitches because we did the better heads.
But it just doesn't make any sense to me because the original heads had tons of paint on them too.
Right.
I don't get why they decided to cheap out on it, but it made it even worse because if they would have cheaped out on it but used that robe in the promo pictures, fine. But it's the deception. Once again,
right.
It's the deception.
It's starting to become a common trend. And, just with these figure releases of, slightly upgraded, but, we're taking a step back somewhere else, like the Obi-Wan and 212. How that's on the old buck. It's I just feel like there's so many releases lately where there's, one or two things where I'm like, why are we moving backwards?
Yeah.
And this is definitely no different.
Yeah. So... if you picked this setup, I'm sorry. You're going to have to buy an Archive Emperor as well. Hopefully, you have an Ollie's near you. Or, they are super cheap on Amazon on their own. But you're going to want to pick up one of those with the better robe. Because this is just a sorry-ass excuse for an Emperor robe. And it's just kind of tragic. This should have just been a slam dunk, easy release.
That's the phrase I was looking for. There's so many instances lately... where I feel like they're just 5% effort away from being a slam dunk. An easy. This should just be an easy slam dunk. Impossible to get, Amazon exclusive. It was super easy to get at the time, but it sold out. Years have gone by. Everybody wants it. This should just be a common sense, easy slam dunk release for people who didn't have it. And unfortunately, it's a downgrade.
Yeah. So as for a review... can I really recommend this set? I feel like I still have to recommend it because it's essential to get the Emperor, to get the throne. This is the cheapest way to do it.
Because even getting the Ollie's Emperor is still going to be cheaper than paying aftermarket prices of the original release.
Yeah.
And the heads are better.
The heads are better.
And the throne is more cleaner paint apps.
Right. It's tragic to say, but I do ultimately still feel like I have to recommend this set just based on the importance of the Emperor on the throne. But okay, we'll throw an asterisk in there, and we'll say we recommend this set, but you have to also go out and get an archive Emperor. So
we recommend it, but you have to go out and spend more money and fix the figure yourself.
Right.
You lazy piece of shit.
But otherwise, it's like, you need the Emperor with a throne.
Because it's the super iconic, like, how could you not have this in your collection if you didn't have it already? So we're kind of between a rock and a hard place as reviewers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we do want to let everyone out there know what this set actually looks like, because once again, I know I'm beating a dead horse. I sound like a broken record, but it's just mind-blowing to me that they would be so deceptive as to use the old Emperor robe for the promo pictures. Show the new shitty one. Be proud of it.
Yeah, honestly, that's bullshit, Hasbro. Honestly.
Yeah.
That is just straight up pointless, needless deception on the same level as photoshopping pins out of the promo figures, which, hey, thank goodness they didn't do that with the new Anakin.
Yeah, gee.
That got revealed.
They probably just forgot or didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I'm like, that's actually aggravating.
Yeah.
It feels weird to be so angry, Nate.
I know.
I don't like recording videos like this where I'm like, this is just... It's so deceptive and stupid and scummy.
Yeah, it's a tragedy, and obviously we're mostly a positive channel here, and we do like to celebrate the things that we love about the Black Series, but we also feel that we do have to call out the bullshit like this, because
right, we're not afraid.
It's one of those things where you would never know until you got the figure in hand how much of a downgrade it is.
Yeah,
you have to physically spend your money, get it shipped to your house, open it out of the shipper, take it out of the box, to realize how much of a downgrade this is. And I don't think you should have to get to that point when you're determining, oh, should I pick this up? Is it going to be an upgrade? Is this something I need? It should not get all the way to that point where you're literally opening the entire figure to find out that it's a massive downgrade.
Fully agreed. Fully agreed.
It's a hard one. It's
You just make up your... Let us know what you think in the comment. We're just here to report the facts, give a little analysis.
Now that you've seen the comparisons, you've seen them side by side with the HD photos I provided in this video, let us know. What do you think? Are you going to pick this one up still? Are you going to pass on it now that you've seen how much of a downgrade the robe is? Let us know in the comments down below. But as for this review, that's all we got for you here. So, the Emperor on his throne, Amazon exclusive, Masters of Evil. Massive downgrade. Major L. Another Black Series deception.
Yeah, when we first started, I was like, all right, like, this won't be like, I'm like, this isn't a blunder. Like, let's make it a review. I'm thinking maximum rage bait in the thumbnail and title on this one. I think you've convinced me.
Yeah, this one, I feel like it could fall into blunder status. It absolutely could.
That is wild, because again, this is also one of the greatest things they've ever done in the line.
Yep.
The original version, that is. But you heard it here first. Subscribe to Out of the Basement for the truth.
I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement. Prepare for takeoff?
Bro, whip that shit.
Bro, it's Calabar from Halloween Town 2. He's floating around.